Hi there, fragrance lovers. How you doing? This is Miles, and welcome back to Aromas by Miles. And this is our little series called the Daily Dab, where we test out projection and longevity of those fragrances and all those numbers you always see from the internet, and then Fragrantica and Perfumo and all those other places that say these fragrances last so long with just a couple of sprays. We're testing them out. We're gonna put that to the test and in real life, you know, out in the wind, walking in a restaurant, up on the terrace with a little something, and we're going to test it out. I'm just going to give you my opinion when I can smell it or when someone else smells it. Occasionally we get a victim to is willing to get close enough to me to smell the thing. So that's our motive, and today we're going to be testing out the illustrious, the famous, the one and only Xerjoff's Naxos. I love this fragrance. I've had this fragrance for years. It is one of the best fragrances out there. Certainly, it's probably the best tobacco honey kind of scent out there. I'm not going to go into the notes breakdown. You guys can look that up. But that's what we're going to test today for longevity. I feel like it's going to be pretty good, but I've never really put it to the test and never timed it. So it's 2 o'clock, 2:03 in the afternoon. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put it on with my normal 6 sprays, and then we're going to test it as we go along. Hopefully I'll get to a point where I can show you what's going on at 3 hours, and then again at 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours. Sometimes I don't quite get that right. I've got an event to go to this evening, so I'll be dressing up a little bit. I've already taken the shower and done all that. So I'm going to put this on, and then I'll be dressing up a little later, and we'll kind of see how it works. So obviously when you put it on the clothes, you know, the sweater, it's not gonna transfer over to a jacket or jacket and tie or any of that mess. But you get the point. I want to make sure I get a lot of it on my skin so we can really find out what's going on, okay? Here we go. 6 sprays. Skin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I smell good as hell right now, I can tell you that, even in the wind. It's beautiful terrace up here, here in Antigua, Guatemala. So, okay, I'll be back to you in just about 3 hours or so. Talk to you soon. Hola, everyone from Guatemala. Getting ready to go out. It's about 3.5 hours. It's about 5:35 right now, so it's been just a few minutes over 3.5 hours. Naxos is still blowing and going like I kind of thought it would. I have a little bit of experience with it, so it'll be interesting to see what level it's at 6 hours or 6.5 hours whenever I get in a place where I can film something. Like I say, I'm headed out for a little bit. So anyway, that's the midway point. If I had to give it a number 1 out of 10, I'd say it's still at a 7.5. So it's still strong. It's still projecting, at least on my nose, a little farther out. Hopefully we'll find somebody that can verify that as we go along. But that's where we're at right now at 3.5 hours. So I'll check in with you in another 3 hours or so. See you then. Welcome, fragrance fans, and welcome back to the channel Aromas by Miles. I'm Miles, and we're here in the deep, dark dungeons of Antigua, Guatemala. We've had a power outage, but that doesn't stop the locals from exploding fireworks and playing the band out in the plaza, which is not too far away. So I apologize for that. This is not some high technology kind of thing. Gent Scents or Perfume Guy, I love those people. But this is a one-man band, and here we are. So believe it or not, if you guys remember, we were talking about Naxos, Xerjoff's beautiful fragrance. One of my favorites in the whole world. Tobacco honey has got to be one of the best. I just love it. And we put it on about 2 o'clock this afternoon just to check the longevity and the projection and sillage. So I had a little event this evening and managed to get back here, of course, in the dark, and we're doing candles now. But it's still there. I can smell it. I took my jacket off because, you know, that's just that kind of night, and it's still on my clothes. You know, the weird thing is, people say, "Oh, it lasts 12 hours. You put it on clothes, it lasts 24 hours." Maybe, but I mean, at what level do you just barely detect it and you think you check the box that it's still there? I understand that, but if it doesn't project and if you can't smell it, then what's the point of saying the longevity is 16, 18 hours? I don't understand it, but we're at about 8 hours and 10 minutes now. Hold on, let me check that. Can't see my goddamn watch, but can't see that. But it's about 8.5 hours now, 8 hours and 15 minutes, and I can still smell it. It's still on my skin, so it's still it's not projecting, but it's still a fairly strong skin scent. So I had given the 3 hour mark a 7.5 out of 10, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would say now it's a 4 maybe, or 3.5 or 4. It's still nice. It's still a going to bed scent if you're lucky enough to do that. You know what I mean? But I think it's a great scent. It's one of my favorites, and the projection and the well, not the projection, but the longevity is excellent. And I'm going to put that on the books as one of them that Fragrantica and Profumo and all those others is a little bit closer to the real deal. So this is the Daily Dab. Thanks for joining me. Please look at some of these others if you get a chance. Like and subscribe because it all goes to Medic Outpost nonprofit. If anything good happens, yeah, or maybe the power comes back on.